Welcome to this week's Foundation Friday, sponsored by Dedicated Commercial Recovery. I am joined today by Maggie Holly from Hominy Bank to discuss the Tam-Key project. Thanks for joining me, Maggie.
Thank you, Jesse. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And thanks again for joining us last week at our Equipment Finance Cares event in California. The people really enjoyed when you were discussing the foundation that you started, the Tam-Key project. So looking forward to showcasing this on the Monitor and Equipment Finance Advisor as well.
Thank you. That was super fun. My pleasure speaking about the foundation. So thank you for having me again at that event.
No problem at all, Maggie. So what is the Tam-Key project?
So Tam-Key project is a foundation that I have started about 8 years ago. Tam-Key is the name of my hometown in Vietnam. So I left there about 8 years ago, not 8 years. I started this foundation 8 years ago, but I left there 30 years ago. So it's a small city in the central of Vietnam. So I pretty much grew up there. So I still have a lot of connection, a lot of friends and relatives. So that helped me to build a volunteer team there. So we have an amazing volunteers team there that about 20 people that they've been helping me in the last 20 years to execute all of our projects on a regular basis. And they're still working with us as of today. So, so a lot of connection there. The one thing I want to clarify when I talk about this last week at the Equipment Care event in Costa Mesa is when I say it's my hometown. Tam-Key is my hometown, but we started helping out with my hometown people in Tam-Key. But then as we grow, we started helping out with in the rural area of Vietnam. So the kids that in the mountain that I was talking about last week, that's not where I came from. That was like 5 hours drive from my city. Right. So I didn't get to experience all that. I actually didn't even know about it because, 30 years ago, we didn't have social media and all that stuff, right? Even I lived like 5 hours from there. I didn't know. I know about the poverty, but I didn't know about the exact activity that I have to do on a daily basis. So just to clarify that I didn't experience all that myself. But just so to explain a little bit more about the Kids in the Mountain, the reason we help because pretty much 100% of these people live below poverty line. So they still live in a very, they live in the villages. They don't really see the city much. They live off farming and hunting. The kids don't get to go to school. So that's why we building school. We bring in modernization to the school. And as I talked about it last week, these kids live far from the school. So the only transportation that get them to school is on foot. And they travel on foot about 5 to 7 hours one way to school. So there's no way they can go back and forth one day. So they stay at the school all week. So they come on Sunday and they stay till Friday, and the teacher become the caretaker for these kids. So they cook for the kids. They do everything for the kids besides teaching, but the condition is pretty bad because these kids are from 7 to 15 years old, and we don't have enough room for them all. So maybe 100 of them in one room. So they have one room for boys, one room for girls, and they all kind of sleeping together. So we're gonna try to improve that somehow to build more rooms for them, but we focus on one school at a time. The second issue is the food. They don't have enough food to eat, so their normal meal is just white rice with salt or soy sauce or fish sauce or whatever they can find, but there's no nutrition value on their meal. And these kids are really young, so that this is like the development stage, right, for their brain. So we raise fund to provide about 3 meals a week, provide 3 nutrition meals a week for them, one school at a time. And then in the last 2 years, we were able to get donation from a charity here called Hans Snyder Foundation. They donated about 40 tons of nutrition rice. So the rice came in like a package with all the vitamins in the packet. So the kids will get to eat the rice and get all the vitamins in there. So that's where they get the nutrition values. So that's been really helpful. We were able to serve over 10,000 kids in these, over 20 schools in this area. And the rice come from here. So it's Hans Snyder Foundation gets sponsored by another charity. So we actually, the rice came from the port of Long Beach, and then it get to the port of Vietnam in like a month. Wow. And they were telling us that they've been trying to help Vietnam in the last 10 years, and they couldn't get in the country due to paperwork or whatever. So they were super happy when they get connected with us and get it work out. And we've been serving the kids in the last 2 years. So that's on the food side of it. On the education side, like I said, we build school, but we also help to bring in, they don't see anything outside of the mountain. So they don't know anything about the city. So we would bring in electricity. We brought in solar panel, get them electricity. We brought in TV so they can see the outside world. So these kids are just amazed of everything that we bring in. We even build a playground, brought in all the school toys and playground setting that they have never seen before. So it's super fun for them and motivate them to go to school and stay at school. One of the big projects that we've been doing in the last few years is the Clean Water Project. The water is very scarce in the mountain area. Most of the kids and villagers have to walk miles to the creek and then bring home the water in like very small container. So it's a task for them to just get water to use and drink, but the water is filthy, right? So it causes a lot of deadly diseases. We brought in a contractor that built a very sophisticated water system. So it's a lot of them, like we did a well, and then we built a filter system to get water from there that serve thousands of people. So we build those one school at a time. So we've been building a lot of them. It costs anywhere from $2,000 for a small school to $5,000 for a bigger system that serve over 1,000 people. And then every winter, the kids barely have food to eat, so they don't have enough clothes to wear. So we provide warm clothes, especially warm jackets. So we have a warm jacket project every winter. It's about $5 per jacket, $3 to $5 depends on how big the kids are, but that including transportation fees, because we have to get this jacket from the city, and where we got it is about 7-hour drive from the mountain. So we have to transport all the jacket up there. So it costs money on the transportation fees. So we just get promoting about $5 per jacket. And currently we've been serving over, right now, about, 5,000 kids so far this winter. Yeah, so we're hoping to get more because it's 1 million of them, right? And then you can help everyone. So you have, I always say, one kid at a time, one school at a time, and then you don't feel like your task is so massive. But if you can make one kid happy, that's very rewarding. So we did do it one kid at a time.
Absolutely. So now when people make donations on your website or directly to you, is that where those dollars go to those projects that you were just discussing?
Yes. So our organization, so I call it Tam Kỳ Project because we truly just do project by project. We don't do we don't gather like a lot of fund and just save it. We just do it project by project. So I started out with raising on project. Like we have a jacket project, and we said, okay, hey, we doing a project for 1,000 kids. Then if you donate, then every dollar will go straight there. Our organization, they all volunteer based. We don't pay anyone. No one gets salary or pay for any admin expenses. We have some operating expenses, but we don't have any admin expenses. It's all volunteer based. We have about 18 board members. You can check it out on our website, but they all come from different backgrounds. We have doctors, we have business owner, we have accountant, financial advisor, and people come from different backgrounds, but we all come together with the same passion to helping these kids. And most of these people, I have traveled with them to Vietnam. So they are very passionate about helping, and they all play a big part in our success. And again, they are volunteer based, so all the money goes straight to the kids. And if you go to our annual report on the website, we have links that show all the money that come in. So we keep a record of every dollar, every donation that come in. Unless you say it's anonymous, then we put anonymous, but we leave an abbreviation that you would know. Like only the donor that donate to us would know that their abbreviation, just for transparency. But we record every dollar that come in and every dollar that come out. So any project that we do, we describe exactly how much we have spent on these projects and how many people we have distributed to, and we have picture that to show how many people, and like real story, real picture. We have the team in Vietnam that do all that stuff for us. And I think that kind of what help us to do a lot more projects, because people like it, because we're a small charity and they can follow that money, right? People can just donate to me, like even $100. They said, I want to help this one kid somewhere that they saw. And then we bring the money to the kids, and then we send them picture.
Okay.
We were able to grow from a humble beginning of a few thousand a year to over 160,000. Last year, we got 164,000 in donation, and that not including the 40,000 in the nutrition rice. And then a lot of other item that people donated to us that not in cash. So we've been growing a lot, and we be able to do a lot of meaningful projects in Vietnam. And we do this on a regular basis because every week we have some project that going on in Vietnam. We also help the orphanage there. So we have a team that go there, play with the kids, cook a warm meal for them, and on occasional basis, we bring gifts to them, or when they need it. Like sometimes they said we need diapers for these kids. So just this last week we brought over $600 of diapers to the kids where they couldn't get donation. So we help with the local orphanage. We also help with a lot of seniors that being left alone. They have no family, and they don't have anywhere to go. So our team bring them food on a monthly basis. So in addition to helping the kids, we do help other people in need. And one of the bigger projects that we did in the last 2 years is the cataract surgery. We started out with a medical team from here, came to Vietnam and helped us to provide free cataract surgery for the elders. So these people also live in the rural areas, and there's no way they can afford a surgery, even though it seemed like a simple surgery here. Right. But it costs about $50 per person, depends on the area. And they pretty much legally blind, right? So they can see their grandkids or their relative. So this is like very meaningful gift for them they able, with the surgery, of course, they're able to see their family again. So every holiday we try to do a few hundred surgery at a time. So that's another very meaningful project that we're doing for the people there.
Perfect. And then kind of the last question I'll ask you, Maggie, is, when people in equipment finance watch this interview, like what can they do to support the Tamkey project?
I would recommend that they check out our website. We're actually revamping our website right now. So we put the information in there slowly, but if they go to our annual report, check out the team, check out the annual report so you can see all the projects that we've been doing. And if there's any project that of interest to them, either the Check It or the clean water project or building school, building bridges, and any of that project that we're doing, they're welcome to reach out to me or go through our website, and there's all information that would be in there for them. And it's tamkeyproject.org.
Excellent. And I'll also have the donate link. It's behind me here. So it'll be after this video.
Okay, awesome.
YouTube channel. But Maggie, really appreciate your time today. You're doing some great work with the Tamkey project. Congratulations.
Thank
8
you.
years. That's awesome. 2 more years, first milestone. Right?
Yeah.
But
yes.
I appreciate your time today, and look forward to talking with you about this in the future.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. Thank Jesse.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.